Cohen.
Hi, everybody. It's Todd Cohen, keynote speaker and author of, well, I'm just going to say it this one time. I'm about to publish my fourth book, and it'll probably be my last. Have you gotten the other three? Well, that's okay. So listen, my fourth book is called, can I have a drum roll, please? All right, silent drum roll. Sorry, it's Sunday morning. I've had a little too much caffeine. From status quo to status grow, building and leading in a sales culture. So those of you who have worked with me and know, the passion of my work is really about this idea that, well, it's more than an idea, this belief, this absolutely, quite frankly, it's unassailable that everyone's in sales. We are, because we're always building relationships, because to achieve anything we want means that we have to constantly sell ourselves. Okay, there's my pitch for everyone's in sales. Now, with this fourth book that I'm putting out, about to launch here, I really want to take a look at leadership through the lens of sales culture, or sales culture through the lens of leadership. So I started thinking about it, and I was having a conversation with one of my clients about a year ago, and I said, you know what? You have a choice, a choice. You can stay with the status quo, or you can try to go to status grow. And he said, hey, that's the title of the book. And I said, you're right. Anyhow, I want to read you just a little excerpt from it so you understand where I'm coming from. And then you'll see lots more videos on this. And if you're a member of my Everyone's in Sales private community, you're going to get probably a lot more on this, including a copy of the book. So here's what I want to talk about. These notion of status quo to status grow might sound like a play on words, and in a way it is. It's my play on words. Is it grammatically correct? I don't care. I don't know. In fact, the spell checker kept saying, trying to change grow to growth. Status quo to status grow. It's a choice. So here's my meaning. Here's my interpretation. If you'll forgive me, I'm going to read right from an excerpt from the book. Status quo refers to the existing state of affairs of the current situation in your company. A culture littered with silos and stagnation masquerading as progress and profitability. Silos. You know how I feel about silos. They kill companies. A culture in which people have a not my job or I'm just the mindset. And I talk about that a lot more later in this book. And if you've been watching any of my videos, you know that is core and central to my overall theme. Status grow is really my belief that it implies and actually defines individual desire or intention to move from the current state, right? Status quo, to a place where you're actually growing the organization, you're growing sales, you're growing retention, you're growing people development because of mindset shift. Now, both cases, status quo and status grow, yes, they're a play on words, and they're a state of mind and actions to create and build a sales culture. That's from the book. I'm talking about a sales mindset in which people can see and express, ready, their line of sight to revenue. Now, look, everybody matters. As I've said in other videos, think of your company like a jigsaw puzzle. If all the pieces are in place, that's because everybody's mindset is of the customer's ability to say yes, or I should say, it's about how they influence the customer's ability to say yes, not just staying in their own little world and having no bigger picture view of how what they do matters and has influence. So in this case, I'm really referring to a culture where people understand that sales isn't necessarily a choice in profession. Going from status quo to status grow means I may not have chosen sales as a profession, and most haven't, and what I'm doing day in and day out impacts our customers' decision to stay with us, their ease in doing business with us. And by the way, do I really need to say it? Without customers, we're all kind of screwed. So let's get real here. An organization that is status quo and is happy is only measuring their business on the basics. Did we make our sales this year? Yeah. Were we profitable? Yeah. Could you have done more? Could you have been more profitable? Could you have attracted more clients? Could you have retained more people? Could you have attracted better, newer, cooler people? Well, okay, that's not meant to imply that everybody in the organization isn't new and cool and hip. And we're always looking for new talent, new people to bring a new perspective, new breath of fresh air into the organization. I always used to say when I was hiring people, I got a great team and every person I add makes us even better, assuming I made a good decision on the hire, which in about 80% of the cases, I think I was pretty good. I believe me, I goofed a lot. When people understand at an individual level that their actions hold significance and have power to shape outcomes, I believe that's a basic human fundamental need. In other words, if we're going to go to status quo, people have to feel in their gut and in their core and in their soul that what they do matters. I'm Todd Cohen. It's time to make a choice to go from status quo to status grow or not. And it's all about people and the mindset. See ya.